I can't really give anyone advice because I'm not a role model for anyone. I've made mistakes and I've done stupid things. I continue to do silly things, to be honest. But what I will say is I scare myself sometimes because, you know what, I was walking that ring tonight and in the dressing room, I scare myself because I know how far I'm willing to go. I'll do anything to win, and I'll go to any kind of pit. I'll do anything to win. The only thing I can say to kids or anyone who aspires to be, don't be like me, but just give everything to boxing. I've give this game, this business, my whole life. I put my whole life at stake, and every time I get in that ring, don't believe it's a sport. I'm putting my life's on the line, mate. I'm fighting for my life every time I get in that ring.
So even though your wife and your son are here right now, you're saying that you've put your life on the line every time you
I do, and let me tell you, mate, I was going to die before I lost tonight. No two ways about it. I wasn't losing Wilson Park. When he dropped me, I didn't think fucking for 1 minute. Don't get up and have a breather. I thought, I'm going to fucking take your head off now. You've hit me, I'm going to hit you, let's fight. And that's exactly the way I thought. The only thing that calmed me down was him in the corner. He calmed me down at the end of that first round, said, okay, how'd you feel? I said, my legs are sound. I said, my nose is fucking killing me. That's all I said to him. It's definitely broke my nose, cracking shot. You know what, that's what scares me the most. So I go in a boxing ring, mate, it frightens me. It's the only thing that I'm not scared of nothing or no one. I'd fight anyone, I'd fight anything, but it frightens me how far I'm willing to go. Definitely think I need to be protected from myself sometimes.
Jerry, because he's such a big puncher, your opponent's such a big puncher, was the tactic always to jump on him early to try and get that?
No, but I did say, I said to him in the changing room, because how cold it was, I'd been watching Makabu wrap his hands, and he complained in changing rooms to his trainer.
How did he say?
He said it's cold. It's cold.
Is it Polish?
I was talking about accents too. He did mention that it was cold, so I said to him, I said, listen, don't be surprised if you catch him early, because you could catch him cold. And the thing is, the way that when he gets his technique right when he's punching, the way that he punches with that left hook is one of the best left hooks I've seen. You know, I'm a big fan of the Trinidad left hook, and when he throws it properly, it's like a Trinidad left hook. It goes straight through. You know, it goes straight through, and when he doesn't load up on it, stiffen it. And his right hand as well now. I was saying all along in this fight, either a left hook or a right hand. I'm not bothered which one it is. If it hits clean, it's going to take him out. And that's what it is. The thing about Bellew is he can do it in the first, he can do it in the 12th. It's shown that he carries his power up to up to cruiserweight, early or late. So, you know, it did what it does.
Eddie, is that the most emotional you've been?
I get a bit emotional sometimes.
You didn't expect that, no, he didn't.
No chance, but no,
He's being honest now.
I'm not. I think, obviously, walking out, when I saw his face walking out, it was like, it was one of those where you can't just say, this is great, I can't believe this has happened, you've got a job to do. And when he started walking out, it's like we were running to the ring, and I knew he was so pumped. But when Gareth just asked that question about what he's learnt over the last few years, he's a completely different character to how he was 3 years ago. Like his temperament, and I think that's down to himself and what he's been through, but also to Dave Colbert. Like I saw him at times when the first time he boxed Isaac Chilemba, he was like punching holes in the wall and screaming at Chilemba backstage when he was about to ring walk. I'm coming for you, Chilemba. It wasn't a press conference, it was like there was no one there. And when he got in the ring, he gassed after 4 rounds because he just wasted so much energy. And the biggest concern was that all this build-up, all this running around selling tickets and the media obligations was going to burn him out. So I think that it was everything. You know, obviously we're so pleased Makabu was okay because he looked in a terrible way for a time. But it was like, you know, his son and Bill Kenwright, you know, listening to that conversation was, I'll never forget it. You know, he was hugging Tony, and I just remember they were both virtually in tears, and Bill Kenwright's glasses were steamed up, and it was like, it was just, they couldn't stop hugging. But I've never really seen, it wasn't just a unity between fans and a fighter, it was a unity between fans, a fighter, a city and a football club. And that's never, you know, it was so close to the football club. Like there was Everton songs being sung all night, and I know we're in Liverpool and we were selling it as it's rest, but you know, people don't realise sometimes when you're in a dressing room like we were, you could hear those songs, and you could hear Michael Buffer introduce Macabre, you could hear Sweet Caroline being played, then you could hear Tony, like, and he's sort of trying to get himself, but so it was just...
I like my music to pump and pump, and I have the loudest rap music you can imagine, you know what? Dan said to me, lads, just turn that down and listen to that, and we turn the music right down, and we just listen to the last 10 minutes of the one, we just listen to the Everton fans chatting Everton songs, and you know what? I said to him before I went on, you know what, I've dreamed of this. I just said to him, I've dreamed of this, and it makes me dead emotional thinking about it, but everything I've dreamed of, it was happening. It was real life, mate. It's my dreams, and I bent down to just have a moment to myself to think. I kept trying to get myself together, because every time I wanted to walk, these kept stopping me. Not ready to go yet, I just wanted to walk and get in the ring, and it seems like it still seems. I don't even know if I fight.
There was so much pressure,
mate.
Because you lose in front of everyone at Goodison Park, and it's like, it's not just losing it. And we had three options. We go Echo Arena, we could put it on the Joshua card on June 25th, or we could do it here. This was the right decision 1,000,000%, but it was a risk. But the pressure, if you lose it, it's like, how do you go home? How do you get up tomorrow? You know, it's like, and that was the pressure that he put on himself, and that made it even worse. But in answer to your original question, that was the best night I've experienced, because it just had everything. You know, it had everything. It wasn't just a bloke fighting for his career, it was a bloke in front of his people, a football club. He talks such a good game.
That said that to me every single time.
That when it doesn't pay off, everyone gets on his back.
Yeah.
But he only says what he believes in, and sometimes it don't work out in top level sport. But when it does, and you say what you're going to do, and you deliver like that, that's when you're going to get what you deserve. And actually, when people say what's next, the cruiserweight division is not really a division that we've really operated in. And it's not really a division that has many superstars.
I'll tell you something.
Dennis Lebedev, he's not a superstar.
No.
You know, Heyman's guys just text me saying, let's do the Glowacki unification. We've only got two other champions. He's not just the number one in the division, he's the biggest character and the biggest personality. And he might be the biggest character and personality in British boxing. He's no longer just a scouser with a big mouth who says he's going to do things. He's now a scouser with a big mouth who's world champion. And he's going to make a lot of money. And he's going to be in some really big fights.
Show me the Jesus Christ, show me the money.
I hope so, I can get my staircase then.
I'm fucking messing around, you know, it's the fella next to his planet, fucking standing before the body. For fuck's sake.